If you're watching this, you've probably opened that RPL document and you're thinking to yourself, what do they expect me to do with this? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Winnie, and on this platform, I share my experience to support international students navigate their way in the United Kingdom. Do you have an RPL document opened at the moment? Perhaps you've come across phrases like demonstrate knowledge, critically analyze, evidence-based practice, and you're wondering, what do they mean by this? Don't go anywhere, guys. We're going to be breaking it down in this video. At the end of this video, you will understand what exactly the university is looking for in an RPL document. You would also understand how to show your reflection. You would understand how to section your paragraphs. And most importantly, you will understand how to link your experience to what they are looking for and to back it up with evidence. So let's get started. MSc pre-registration nursing RPL forms are mapped against standards set out by the Nursing and Midwifery Council, which is the body that governs nursing in the United Kingdom. You may ask, what is an RPL? It means a recognition of prior learning. Whilst the BSc nursing program requires little or no experience in a clinical setting, the MSc program, on the other hand, it lasts for just 2 years, which means that there are certain achievements that is supposed to have been met before beginning the program. So you need to have a bit of experience, which equates to 1 year of nursing, technically, if you understand what I mean. Now, this recognition of prior learning document is where you evidence this experience that you already have. Let's say, for example, one of the outcomes in an RPL document states that you should demonstrate how you show the ability to promote healthy lifestyle. Here's how I would answer this. In my role as a healthcare assistant in XYZ ward, I supported patients with XYZ condition. I encourage doing XYZ as recommended by the doctors and the nurses. I also signposted to relevant services, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. Additionally, I adapted my communication using simple languages, maybe using pictures, using aids, talking slowly, etc, blah, 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 blah. So just mention what you have done to achieve that outcome. How did you promote healthy living? Give a situation. That's all I'm trying to say here. What was your role? Like I said, healthcare assistant on a blah, 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 blah ward. What did you do? I did XYZ, encouraged blah, 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 as recommended by doctors and nurses. I adapted communication to suit the individual or the patient. How did I do that? You stated blah, 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 blah. Is it sign language? Is it pictures? Is it talking slowly? Is it talking calmly so they could read your lips? Just state what you have done using that situation, task, action, and result. And don't forget the results. Add your reflection. Now, reflecting on this experience reinforces the importance of communication in encouraging healthy lifestyle behavior. Or, depending on what that situation was, you could say something like, this experience reinforces the importance of consistent health messages. All right, because in this situation, I was trying to say I encouraged so healthy lifestyle that was recommended by the doctors and nurses. So obviously consistency, where everyone is pushing across the same message. So maybe the experience highlights the importance of consistent health messages, or the importance of teamwork to promote healthy lifestyle. So what reflect on that. At the end of the day, what has that experience taught you? Okay, and don't stop there. Now, this is the time to now link it with NMC policies or code of conduct. You could say this aligns with the NMC 2018 code of conduct, prioritize people or promote safety or blah 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 blah. So it means that you would have done your onions. So read about the NMC code of conduct, because at the end of the day, that's the code that governs nursing. So that action that you took to promote healthy living, what code does it align to? Go and read the code of conduct of the NMC and link it to whatever code it aligns to. Now, it shows depth of knowledge. It shows that you know what you're doing. But the main thing to take out of this video is, when you're answering each outcome, think about where you were, what your role was, what actions you took, what the result was, the reflection, link it to the NMC code. And if you have journal articles that you've read that are relevant, link it also to that journal article, but remember to reference appropriately. Okay? One other important thing that I would not leave without mentioning is that you should also, apart from linking your experience to the NMC code and to relevant journal articles, don't forget to include your evidence. Now, you can put under that section evidence and then tell them in Appendix 1, the evidence is attached there. That might be your employment letter, but maintain confidentiality. You shouldn't, while you're writing your RPL document, include any identifiable features like name of places, name of people. Do not do that, because one thing you don't want to break is the code of confidentiality, which is very important in nursing. You need to keep confidential information confidential. So no names of persons or any identifiable feature. All right? Do not disclose that. That's not necessary. You can stress your points without disclosing names of people or places and all that identifiable information. Now, going to sections where they might ask you about research and practice, blah, blah. Don't get too scared about it. It's quite easy. Probably where they're asking about research and blah, 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 maybe you have achieved this whilst on an undergraduate program. Remember, coming on this course, you already have a BSc, which is compulsory, by the way. So if your evidence is from your undergraduate study, you can start out by saying, as an undergraduate, I undertook a course in maybe psychology, depending on what the outcome is, or a course in microbiology, or a course in blah, 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 blah. Maybe I had a placement in a microbiology lab where I had to undertake infection prevention control measures to ensure blah, 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 blah. I hope you're getting the idea now. So the experience or the evidences you need for your ROPL must not necessarily come from just your work experience or volunteering experience. It could also come from your undergraduate study. Maybe you did a research, a qualitative research or a quantitative research that had something to do with that outcome. State it there, okay? And include the evidence in the appendix or whatever section of the RPL that you've been directed to include it in. Within that RPL document, there will be instructions. So make sure you've read the instructions, you've understood the outcome. So if an outcome says safeguarding, best thing to do will be to research what is safeguarding. What are they talking about? And then you do a reflection quickly. Think, what experience of mine do I have? How have I achieved this? Is it based off working, or is it while I was studying as an undergraduate? What are the things that I've done to achieve this? Have your examples readily available, okay? So have like a jot sheet where you just jot down how you achieve those outcomes, list them out, and then from there you can expand. So in expanding, you are using the STAR method: situation, task, action, results, and reflection. And then have journal articles. Do your research where it talks about communication. Read your research. Maybe John et al. States that communication helps to blah, 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 blah. And that you can use that to further add strength to that writing. And don't forget the word count. Some schools might tell you each session should be 250 words. Do not go above that word count. So that means that you're utilizing that word count judiciously. Okay, go straight to the point. You don't have to start defining. If they've asked you, the outcome is about communication or safeguarding, you don't necessarily need to be defining what communication is or what safeguarding is. Those things, in my opinion, are not necessarily needed. I feel what you should be doing is showing how you achieve this, stating the situation, stating what you have done. Don't forget, link it up with NMC code of conduct. That's what governs nursing. Okay, make sure you are linking it to the relevant code and you're referencing properly. Then link to relevant journal articles. It shows them that you have depth of knowledge. Now, when you finish writing that RPL document, you filled out all the sessions, don't be quick to submit. Go over it again and ask yourself these basic questions. Number one, have I clearly shown how I achieved this outcome, or have I just been going round in circles? Number two, have I explained what I did and why I took those actions? Number three, have I shown depth of knowledge by linking to the relevant NMC code of conduct as well as wider literature, and by that I mean journal articles? Finally, the RPL document is not just a tick box document. It's just a way of showing your readiness for the course, showing that you have experience that aligns to the nursing program or the NMC code of conduct which governs nursing. So relax, take a deep breath. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal, but not from the angle you're looking at it, okay? Just try and relax, take deep breaths, follow the steps I highlighted, think about your experience. That's what you need the most. Start thinking, what experience do I have? And remember, it's not only clinical experience. It could be whilst you're studying. It could be that knowledge, all right? So you need to evidence it, linking it with literature, NMC code of conduct, okay? Those are the things that you should be thinking about before submitting that ROPL document. Finally, I would say be honest. Be honest. It is your experience to share. It is yours. It is you. Own it. Be honest, okay? It's not, you don't need to start cramming or pouring down things that did not happen, blah, blah, blah. It's your experience. So the best way to shine in your RPL document is to be as honest as possible, but maintain a clear structure, which is what I have tried to explain in this video. Now, I hope this video helped you. I hope we've achieved the outcomes that I set out at the beginning of the video to achieve. Now, leave me a comment if you found this helpful. If you've written an RPL document and you feel there's something missing that could help someone else, let's be a brother's keeper. Can you put it in the comment section? If you have any further questions, can you ask? I hope this helped you, and I'll try my best to upload this video early enough so that you can have a look at it before you do your RPL document. Now, remember that this is generic. It's not attuned to any particular university's RPL document, and I haven't mentioned real situations, persons, or places. It's just generic and it's based off my experience, okay? And I hope it helps you at the end of the day, so you don't need to be cramming or writing down exactly what I've said. It's just for guidance purposes. And until we meet again, guys, keep winning and enjoying life. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, what are you waiting for? Let me come closer and say it. What are you waiting for? Join the winning team, okay? Click the subscribe button, like, share, comment, and until we meet again, guys, this is me saying bye.